Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Great Inspirations. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to go in detail about a bundle, and that bundle is called the On the Horizon Bundle. It is part of the New Horizons suite, which is found in the Stampin' Up! January through June 2022 mini catalog. Now, this stamp set is a bundle because it has dies that coordinate with it. Now, these dies do coordinate with this stamp set, but they more or less cut out accent or background pieces. They don't cut out this image or the birds, but this open die does cut out this image right here. It sort of looks like some boards or some worn wood. Let me show you. I have stamped out the images from the On the Horizon. As you can see, there are the birds in flight, a little patch of trees, some grass, the boards that we talked about, and then 5 sentiments. And they're rather nice. Relax and enjoy your day. Breathe. Thinking of you. Wishing you so much happiness, and thanks for everything. And when you cut out those dies, these are the images you get. Of course, this matches this image. You have the fence, little row of houses, or outbuildings, or whatever you'd like for them to be, some trees. And this can be maybe some water, or you could put the trees along here and just have it being maybe the ground. These could be some hills or water or whatever you want them to be. And of course, here's some grass. And then I'll turn it this way so you can see here's the mountain, and here you can put some detail or put some snow on the mountains. Now, this bundle, as I said, is part of the New Horizons suite of products. It's on page 42 and 43, yep, just those 2 pages of the catalog. And here's the stamp set and the dies. And as you can see, it has some ribbon that comes in the suite, and these little pebble enamel shapes. Now, I don't have these yet. My order was to be here, but it was delayed due to weather because we've had quite the snow and ice storm on Thursday and Friday. But these should be here this week, and when they get here, I will show them to you. But then also part of this suite is this New Horizons Designer Series paper, which is quite nice. And I, on my last blog post, I made some cards using just the Designer Series paper and some sentiments. And here are a few sheets of it. As you can see, that kind of looks just like some watercolor. But you can make really nice backgrounds if you like to make scenes. And then, of course, there are images on the back. Some nice watercolor look. I think we already saw that one, didn't we? So, but I thought today we would talk about, okay, what can you do with the stamp set and the dies if you want to use the Designer Series paper? What can you do with it if you don't want to use the Designer Series paper and just want to use the dies? Because honestly, when I first saw this bundle, I seriously considered buying just the dies. And I would have been fine with that. But of course, I bought the bundle. But I think the dies, I will probably use them more. I really like, especially the mountain and the picket fence. And I'm always a sucker for, you know, the grass. Let me show you this again. Here are the die cut images. So But I felt that this bundle pairs really well with another stamp set in the catalog. But we'll get to that in a minute. But here is a card that I made using the Relax and Enjoy Your Day from the stamp set. I used just one part of the little picket fence, and I used the Designer Series paper. And this card, some may call it a mini slimline. I just call it a letter size card because it fits in a letter size envelope, and it measures 6 1/4 by 3 1/2. So you would cut your paper at 6 1/4 by 7 and score at 3 1/2. Now all the measurements and all the supplies that I used on these cards, you can find that on my corresponding blog post, and in the description of this video I will have a link to that blog post. So this is the card I created using the On the Horizon stamp set and the Horizon dies. Now this card, as you can see, I used the mountains, just the die cut mountains. I die cut the snow and then the mountain. And then the stamp set that I use is a real cute little stamp set that I just really like. It's called Brave Vikings. I just thought the images were really cute. And I used the Happy Birthday, You've Conquered Another Year. But I didn't want it to be a birthday card. I wanted this to be an anniversary card. So I had another stamp set. This Congratulations is from A Grand Kid, which is in the annual catalog. So I stamped Congratulations, and then I took the Happy Birthday, You've Conquered Another Year, and I simply masked off the Happy Birthday, inked up the You've Conquered Another Year, removed my mask, which was some washi tape, and then just stamped. So I will show you how I got this very intricate die cut onto the mountains. There are several ways you could do it. One way would be to use the adhesive sheets, and all you do for that is you cut your cardstock to the size you want it, you peel off one side of the adhesive sheet, put it on the back of your cardstock, run your cardstock with the die through your die cutting machine, take it out, and then you will pull the other side of the adhesive sheet off the back of your die cut, and it will have adhesive on it, and it will stick right on there. If you don't have adhesive sheets but you have some liquid glue, there's a little trick that I use. Now some people may not care for it, but it just works for me, and if it works for you, that's great. If not, you can, there are a few other ways we can discuss that you can get these little intricate dies on here. So what I do is I just use my liquid glue. I look for spots that are bigger, that will hold the glue without it going everywhere. And then I just kind of dot some on along the other areas, the really thin lines. Now see, I got a big glob right there. That will be taken care of here shortly, because we're just going to take a piece of paper towel and I'm just going to tear a piece. It's about the size of my mountain snow. We'll move this for now, and then I can pick it up and I can work with it fairly easily. And the liquid glue gives you time to kind of move it around if you need to move it around a little. So there you go. There is your snow-capped mountain, and then your silicone craft sheet is what this is. It is in the annual catalog. It wipes right off. So you don't have to even worry about a sticky mess. So there's the mountains. That's how I did these mountains. Now I wanted to show you the inside of this card. As I said, I made it an anniversary card. So it says happy anniversary, and here's the little Viking ship. I just thought it was really cute, this image. And I colored it and I fussy cut it. And then I have glued the sides of the sail down. But in the center, I put a couple of mini dimensionals, and it just popped it out just enough. It just gave it a little oomph, a little dimension. So that's what I did for that. And now we'll look at this card, the happy birthday card. In it, as you can see, I've used the fence image again. But the stamp set that I used is called Oceanfront. And I feel that this stamp set goes really well with the On the Horizon stamp set. Here are the images. I stamped them out. But this is a nice stamp set for making scenes. And I just thought that it really just paired well with On the Horizon, with the sentiments and just some of the other images, the birds especially. That's what I used here. And I'll show you where that is. That is, let me see, I think it's on page 38 of the mini catalog. No, it's page 39. Right here. And you can see this card right here that's in the catalog, and I've told you many times before that a good place to get inspiration is to use the catalog. And that's what I did. Mine is a bit different. They have run their background through an embossing folder. I did not do that. I used some different colors and that kind of thing, but it's basically the same card. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but my fence sticks out just a little bit from the paper. And I'll show you how I did that. Let's see. Here's the fence, and I just kind of folded it a little. Bent it just a tad. And then I used some of the liquid glue, and I just put it, now this is the shorter one, I just put it on the end pieces here. Oops. Are we still there? I kind of knocked the tripod. And then press down. There you go. You can have as much of a little bump in there, as much dimension as you want, or as little as you like. I did the same thing with this one. Kind of roughed it up a bit. And I think on this one, I put adhesive on the two end ones on each end. There you go. Just added a little dimension. Okay, so there is the New Horizons card or stamp set with the it's the Oceanfront with the On the Horizon stamp set. And here is the one I made with the On the Horizon stamp set and the New Horizons Designer Series paper, and of course the dies. And then here's our little Brave Vikings card where we use the dies with just the mountain. So let's just take one more look. There's what the dies cut out. And here's the On the Horizon stamps. So that's the bundle. And then if you would like to have another look at the Brave Vikings, there are the stamps that are available in that set. And then here is the Oceanfront stamp set. Again, on my blog there will be all the cutting dimensions and the supplies I use for these cards. And that, of course, is in the description of this video. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, stamp happy.